when I was at the World Bank, my main area, I would say 80% of my time was communities of practice. And this is community organizing, is community building. To me, community building is a macro area that includes everything: digital communities, communities of interest, communities of practice, community organizing, which is communities of action in our, I guess, KM lingo. But basically, to me, this is applying this community practice is obvious, especially those communities that are not sponsored, like that are more bottom up, if you think of formality of a community, because it gives you structure. And where people take responsibility is shared. I don't know if you ever have been a leader, volunteer leader. Sometimes we take too much on ourselves, end up doing too much. You're leading a group and like, gosh, I'm doing everything. This allows you to avoid that trap. You're the last one to take responsibility. You overview, but you make sure others take responsibility. And this is not having others do tasks you tell them. They do the task they want, and by the way, they're empowered because they're the leaders of the task, and they need people, they lead those people. So we talk not always about empowerment in that sense. So to me, I played, the last 2 months at the bank before going to the UNICEF, I did this workshop in Bali for an Indonesian agency. The World Bank has this program where they basically help governments build their own KM capacity. My colleagues asked me to do a session on community of practice. And I was like, great opportunity to experiment the model. I was like, can I do whatever I want? Yes. You are the expert. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do something I've never done. It's not proven. I have no evidence. I'm going to teach these people how to do community to a way I have never used before. Not my usual way that I was in the bank, but something new. And so the sad thing, if you're consultants, the bad thing about this is that you don't see the results because they pay you to go to the workshop, and then that's it. And even if you want to stay in touch, by the way, you cannot because of whatever formalities. Basically, I did a workshop and left, so I don't know the impact. But what was good about the workshop is that, and I will tell you now shortly what I used of this model, not everything because every part can be one-day workshop, is that by the end of the day, the participants were highly energized and motivated. We had 6 C's community of practice, so at least 5, 6 people for each. It was a big room with a lot of people from this agency. They defined the purpose. They defined the clear goals. They defined the structure based on this model. And in the end, they left the room with clear commitments. Like every person that seed community knew exactly what they're going to do, when, and why, because we defined a purpose. In one day, which is a lot of like, you're exhausted after that. But so I don't know, I'm very honest. I'm not going to say, hey, it was amazing, they have amazing, I don't know what happened later, but I was so happy. It's the best workshop I ever did on COPs.